and gentlemen, welcome to my review of The Gift. I am the friendly film fan, and The Gift is a new, technically I guess you would classify it as a horror, but it's not so much a horror as it is a psychological thriller written and directed by Joel Edgerton. It stars Jason Bateman, Rebecca Hall, and Joel Edgerton. And it's about this guy named Simon, played by Jason Bateman, and he and his wife, played by Rebecca Hall. They move into this new house in this new neighborhood. They moved from Chicago, and they run into one of Jason Bateman's old buddies from high school, played by Joel Edgerton, named Gordon Mosley, or Gordo. And so Gordon kind of comes over and gives him his number, and he starts coming over and he finds their address, and he keeps coming over and leaving little gifts just kind of periodically. And, he runs into them, and he's kind of pressuring them into this friendship a little bit. The trailer made it look like it was going to actually be kind of this generic stalker horror thing that was going to be like a slasher flick maybe or something like that. Not at all like that at all. I was very, very impressed with this movie, particularly in the direction and the writing of Joel Edgerton. I think this is his first movie that he's directed. I'm not quite sure, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this is his first movie he's directed. Masterful directing job by Joel Edgerton. It's a borderline Hitchcockian type of suspense that he throws into this movie. There are a couple of jump scares that I thought were pretty stupid, but despite those, this movie is very, very good. And particularly in the performances with Joel Edgerton, he really put himself into this role because this is a really, really awkward dude, and he's socially awkward, so he doesn't really understand the social cues of, just leaving people alone. Jason Bateman, I actually took him seriously in this movie. Like, usually I can't take Jason Bateman seriously because I've just seen him in enough comedic things where I'm like, oh, that's Jason Bateman, that's not this character. But no, I really believed him in here. And Rebecca Hall, of course, is really good in this movie. I haven't really seen a whole lot of her work, but I'm sure she's a great actress. But kind of the theme of this movie really, it's not a horror movie as much as a psychological thriller, like I said earlier. But, I really like the way that this movie took a very close, hard look at the words that you say to people and the things that you say about them and how you think about people. And it took a look at the way that these words that you say to or about people can affect them for the rest of their lives. It can make their lives awesome, or it can make their lives terrible. It comes to a point where you're like, well, I don't know who's actually the bad guy here. Is Gordo like the bad guy, like the trailer's made him out to be, or is Jason Bateman the actual bad guy? It's really interesting because you start unwinding throughout this movie, like all this stuff that Jason Bateman's done, and you're like, I don't know who to believe anymore, and I don't know who to be rooting for right now, because neither of them are particularly great people. I can't really say a whole lot about this movie without spoiling it. I mean, the shots in this movie, they're very long and slow, and the music's a little bit ambient, and that is how you direct a horror movie or a psychological thriller like this. It's not full of jump scares. There are 2 jump scares in this movie. This movie's so masterfully directed by Joel Edgerton. I was very, very impressed. I thought it was going to be some generic piece of horror junk, but no, it's actually a very interesting character study in a psychological thriller type of way. And I'm going to go ahead and give The Gift an 8.78 out of 10. So, The Gift, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Did you think the jump scares were stupid or not? Comment below this review. Let me know what you thought. As always, guys, I'm the Friendly Film Fan. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.